Later Vedic period. Later Vedic period. The history of this age is primarily derived from Vedic texts compiled after Rig Vedic age. After compiled after Rig Vedic age, this era witnessed significant change in social, economic, political, religious aspect of society. Social, economic, political, religious aspect of society. The later Vedic culture is called painted grey ware culture of Iron Age. Painted grey ware. Later Vedic culture is also called painted grey ware culture of Iron Age. Kurus, Panchalas, Vasas, Usniras are tribe of this period. Kuru, Panchalas, Vasas, Usniras are tribes of this period. Geographical extension. In this phase, Aryan moved to eastern area up to Bengal. The core area begin Kuru Panchal region. Indo-Gangetic divide the upper Ganga valley. Kuru Panchal become one of the major ethnic group of Hastinapur become their capital. Hastinapur become their capital. Easternmost tribal kingdom. Easternmost tribal kingdom Magad Ang Vanga. Magad Ang Vanga. Kuru clan of Bharatas. Kuru clan of Bharatas. Purus combined to form Kurus. Kurus clan of Bharatas and Purus. Bharatas plus Purus is equal to Kurus. They lived in Saraswati. They lived in Saraswati and Drisavati. Later moved to occupy portion of Doa Kurukshetra, referred to Saraswati and Drisavati river, occur in the later Vedic text also beside Rig Vedic. The later Vedic text refer to three divisions of India: Aryavart, Northern India; Madhya Desh, Central India; Dakshinapat, Southern India. The Western Ganga Valley called Aryavart. Political structure. Rig Vedic tribe assemblies. Their significance dismissed with increase in royal power. Vidatha completely disappeared. Vidatha completely disappeared. Their significance dismissed with increased royal power. Janas, kin based, evolved to become Janpadas, tribal based unity. Jana kin based evolved to become Janpadas, tribal based units. The term Janpada refer to territory found in Brahman dated to 800 BC. The term Nagara referring commercial quarter is found in the later Vedic text. However, the large town appear only at the end of Vedic period. This side of Hastinapur and Kausambi are considered proto-urban, urban-like settlement. Hastinapur, Kausambi are considered proto-urban, urban-like settlement. King. The king authority of Rajan become more evident. The king assumed title Raja Visvavajana Ahila Bhuvanpati, Lord of all earth, Ekrath, Samrat, sole ruler. Concept of Samrat, Samrajya developed. Hereditary kingship was emerged, but trace of election of the king appear in later Vedic texts. The terms such as Rashtra denoting territory and Rajya denoting sovereign power. The king received assistance from key functionaries like priest, commander, chief, queen in charging his duties. Local matter were handled by village assembly. Local matter were handled by village assembly under control of dominant clan chief. Army did not maintain standing army. The king did not maintain standing army. The tribal unit were mobilized in time of war. The war were no longer fought for cow, but for territory as a society became agricultural. गाय के लिए लड़ाई नहीं होगा, अब ज़मीन के लिए लड़ाई होगा क्योंकि अब खेती होता है. The chief grew at expense of tribal peasantry. The rewarded priests who helped them maintain their authority through rituals such as Raja Siu sacrifice, Ashwamedh, Vajpayee. This ritual reinforced territorial aspect of the polity by inviting people from across the kingdom. Ashwamedh, unquestioned control over an area where royal horse ran uninterpreted. Vajpayee, chariot race in which royal chariot was made to win against all king's men. Raja Suya, Rajsu, royal consecration conferred supreme power of king. Saruta, to sacrifice to achieve some benefit were carried out to control resources. इसका पता करना सरुता क्या होता है गूगल में. The development of state level political organization emerged only after 500 BCE. The later Vedic society was therefore in transition. Society. Social stratification through Varna system become more established. It categorized people into four main Varna: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. It categorized people into four main Varna: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. The teaching has been seen as an occupation of Brahman. The wife of Brahman and cow were given important status. Rajanya referred to Kshatriya. They were warrior and ruler who received Bali as a tax. Rajanya referred to Kshatriya. They were warrior and ruler who received Bali as a tax. A striking change took place in Varna system. There was increase in privilege of Brahman and Kshatriya. The Panchavimsa Brahman. The Kshatriya is a place first higher than Brahman, but in Satpath Brahman is placed higher than Kshatriya. The king asserted his authority over three Varna. Kshatriya Brahman referred to Brahman as a seeker of support. He could be removed by king from his position. Kshatriya Brahman. The king asserted his authority over three Varna. Kshatriya Brahman referred to the Brahman as a seeker of support. He could be removed by the king from his position. Emphasizes on sacrificial ruler ritual increase, which enhanced the influence and power of Brahman. The Kshatriya challenged Brahminical supremacy. The Kshatriyas challenged Brahminical supremacy and their exclusive privilege of entering ashram, a regulated four-stage life, namely Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. The outcome of this was birth of Jainism, Buddhism and Ajivika. The concept of ashrams, referring to various stages of life, was not well established at this time. While brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha are mentioned, sannyasa had not developed. The concept of divija, twice born, developed during this period. Upanyana, sacred thread, was limited to upper section of the society. Upanyana. Upanya, sacred thread was limited to upper section of the society. This ceremony marked initiation of education. The fourth Varna was denied this privilege, and Gayatri Mantra could not be received by Sudras. Women were also denied Upanyana and Gayatri Mantra. Certain craft group managed to attain higher status. Rashtra Ratha Karas, जो रथ बनाता है, रथाकारास, chariot maker had a right to wear sacred thread. Vaisya referred to the common people. They were involved in agriculture, cattle breeding, artisan. Later they became trader. Vaisyas paid tax to king. Some social groups were placed in ranking even below Sudras. Chandela were a group within Panchamas, fifth Varna, who were excluded from Varna system. They were considered untouchable. Chandelas. The society was predominantly rural, but urban began to show trace toward the end. The mention of town Nagar can be found in texts like Taitriya, Aryankas. The mention of town Nagar can be found in texts like Taitriya. The society was predominantly rural, but urbanism began to show trace toward end. Mention of town Nagar can be found in texts like Taitriya, Aryankas. Family structure. Family was important social unit. The family patriarchal with patrilineal descent. The relation within family was hierarchical. Polygamy, taking many wives, was prevalent. The household became more structured, which means it became more organized. Several household rituals were also developed for welfare of the family. The married man with his wife was Yajamana. Yajamana. The joint families with 3 or 4 generations residing together. The western Uttar Pradesh site of Ataranji Khera, Achi Kshetra reveal the communal food preparation with large family unit. The idea of Gotra emerged in the later Vedic period. The Gotra literally meant cow pan. It referred to the group of people, a common ancestor. The person of same Gotra were considered brother and sister and could not intermarry. The several linear descent group exist with common ancestor. Several related clan form tribe. Marriage between individuals of same Gotra were prohibited. Chandrayana was a penance for a man marrying woman of same Gotra. Status of women. The decline in societal stature of women compared to Rig Vedic was witnessed. No longer attend, no longer permitted to attend assemblies. Though women had participated in ritual like Rig Vedic period, they were excluded in later Vedic period. Patriarchal family structure. The woman role became limited to domestic tasks. Practice of sati and child marriage was prevalent. Daughters were even labeled as a source of sorrow. Atriya Brahman. Daughters were even labeled as a source of sorrow. Atriya Brahman. However, women like Gargi, Maitreyi excelled in domain of knowledge, and Gargi outweighed Yajnavalkya in a philosophical discourse. Economic. Agriculture, though primitive, emerged as a primary livelihood practice. The tree clearing, the tree clearing through burning and plug-based cultivation was elaborated in Satpat Brahman. The few agriculture tools made of iron has been seen found, but wooden plug were extensively used. The Vedic people cultivated barley, rice, wheat. Wheat was staple food for Punjab region. The Vedic people began to use rice in Ganga Yamuna Doab. The use of rice rather than wheat is noticed in Vedic ritual. The use of rice rather than wheat is noticed in Vedic ritual. Mixed farming, combination of cultivation and hurdling was practiced. Barley, Yava production persisted, but rice, Vrihi, and wheat, Godhuman, barley, Yava production persisted, but rice, Vrihi, and wheat, uh, Goduma become primary crop along lentil. Oxen drawn wagon were prevalent mode of transport. Land was owned by community over which Visa clan had participatory right. Grahapati, head of household, was owner of the land. The exchange of the exchange continued through barter. Niska was gold or silver ornament used in barter. Niska, gold or silver ornament used in barter. Sereni was association of trade and merchant and artisan that was headed by Srehti. Taxation. Unlike Greek Vedic age, collecting tax and tributary was made mandatory. Taxation. Unlike Greek Vedic, collection of tax and tribute were made mandatory. The mandatory है देने पड़ेगा क्या tax और tributary. Primary from Vaisya facilitated by Sanghi Sanghi Sangrihiti Sanghitri. Taxation. Unlike Greek Vedic, collection of tax tributary were made mandatory. Practice from Vaisya facilitated by Sangrihitri, tax collector. Trade and exchange had developed in later Vedic age. The trade culture found in archaeological site reveal the movement of commodity material. Specialized caravan traded existed. No evidence of coin had been found. Therefore, barter must has been medium of exchange. The introduction of coin took place after 600 BCE. Knowledge of metal. Use of iron was started around 1200 BCE. It was termed Krishna Ayas or Siam Ayas. Around 1000 BC, it was used in Gandhara area, eastern Punjab, western UP, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. Excavation revealed the use of iron weapon by Aryans like arrowhead, spearhead in western UP from 800 BC onward. The iron axe was used to clear forest in the upper Gangetic basin toward end of Vedic period. The knowledge of iron spread in eastern UP and Vidha, Mithila region. Metals such as copper, tin, bronze, lead are mentioned. The copper objects were used for making weapons for war and hunting. Glass manufacturing was known to them. Glass manufacturing was known to them. Art and craft. The four main type of pottery was prevalent during this period. Painted grey ware, black red ware, black slip ware, red ware. They hardly knew the use of burnt bricks. The weaving, leatherwork, pottery, carpentry were well known. The terms such as kul, kulala, referring to the potter, and urna, sutra, referring to the wool appears. The bow maker, rope maker, arrow maker, hide dresses, stone breaker, physician, goldsmith, and astrologer are some of the specialized professional group mentioned in this text. Professions such as physician, washerman, hunter, boatsman, astrologer, and cooks are mentioned. And the performance of Vedic sacrifice were also type of service provider. Reference to the elephant are often found in Atharvaveda along with elephant keeper. Religious stand. During later Vedic period, Upper Ganga, Doab and center of Arya culture, this region is described as a land of Kuru Panchalas. The sign of emergence of idolatry can be observed. Change in material life brought shift in the reverence toward God and Goddess. Rig Vedic god like Indra and Agni was replaced by Prajapati, creator, Vishnu, preserver and protector, Rudra, the god of ritual. Satpat Brahman listed the name of Rudra as a Pasu Nam Pitha, Sarva, Bhava, Bihikas. Pasu Nam Pitha, Sarva, Bhava, Bahikas. Vishnu was conceived as a protector of people. There is no reference to Vishnu incarnation. The increased importance of annual sacrifice showed the importance of prayer in pleasing God. The correct performance of ritual was stress was laid on paying dakshina. The correct performance of ritual was stress. The stress was laid on paying dakchinado. The ritual became more complex, require more resources, took longer time, restored to the ritual and sacrifice are solution to the problem, led to view that material wealth could achieve anything. The idol in Upanishad argues against such view. The stress important of realizing Atma of inner self. Such degeneration of ritual and material ornament nature of priest created dissension and lead to development of heterodox faiths such as Buddhism, Jainism, which emphasize correct human behavior and discipline. Each varna had its own deities, reflecting societal and division of labor. Pusan, supposed to look after cattle. Supposed to look after cattle. Each varna has its own deity reflecting societal division. Pusan क्या करता था? Supposed to look after cattle was god of Sudras. Pusan supposed to look after cattle was god of Sudras. Cow. Gold clothed horses were given sacrificial gift. Cow, gold clothed horse were given sacrificial gift. Sometimes priest claim portion of territory as a dakshina, but grant of land as a sacrificial gift was not well established. Agriculture product began to offered in ritual. The item of dan dakshina included cooked rice. Wheat was rarely used. The till from which first widely used vegetable food oil was derived come to be used in ritual. Toward the end of later Vedic age, resistance emerged against princely dominance, cult, and sacrificial practice, particularly in regions like Panchala and Vidhiha. Vidhiha. Education. Discipline of philosophical literature and science developed in this period. Philosophy, literature, science developed in this period. Various branches of learning such as literature, grammar, mathematician, ethics, astronomy developed. The development of Vedic text and the importance given in pronunciation, grammar, oral transmission suggests training in utterance, memorization as a part of Vedic system of education. Upanishads were composed during this period. They were also referred as Vedanta since they were attached to the last part of Vedic text. Education was limited to male. The teacher-pupil relation was cultivated through person-oriented training. Other aspects of life. Music, literature such as lute, flute, drum are referred in this text. Used of silk and ornamental of metal, gold, copper is found. Fabrication of glass bead and metal mirror can also be seen. Vedic literature. The term Veda derived from root Ved, which means to know, significant superior knowledge. Superior knowledge. The term Veda is derived from the root Ved, which means to know, significant superior knowledge. Vedic literature consists of Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda, Athar Veda. Brahmans were prose texts that elucidate mantra and describe sacrificial rituals. Brahmans are prose texts. Brahmans are prose texts that elucidate mantra and describe sacrificial ritual. Aryankas, forest treatise, and Upanishads sitting down beside are appendix to the Brahman and are often referred as a Vedanta, end of Veda, focusing on philosophical discussion. Despite their oral traditional Vedas were eventually transmitted in written form, with earliest surviving manuscript dating back 11th century. Shruti, texts that are heard or product by godly revelation. The greatest sagas received during meditation dhyan. It included 4 Vedas and Samhitas, Smriti, recollected by normal women. Detailed commentary explanation on Vedas, Brahman, Aryanka, Upanishad, 6 Vedanga, Brahmans, Aryanka, Upanishad, 6 Vedangas and Upaveda, Shruti, Vedas and Samhitas. सुन के. Smriti recollected by normal woman. Detailed commentary explained on Vedic, Brahman, Aryanka, Upanishad, six Vedangas and Upveda, four Vedas. Rig. It, it is the oldest surviving text which mentioned the concept of origin of the universe. It divided into 10 mandal book. Second to 7 consist of earliest section. 2 से 7 earliest है. First and 10th later addition in cooperation with Prusasukta that explain concept of 4 varna. एक और 10 लेटर बाद में ऐड हुआ था. प्रुसुसुक्ता एक्सप्लेन द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ 4 वर्ना. 8वां मेनली रिलेटेड टू कन्वा फैमिली मेनली रिलेटेड टू कन्वा फैमिली. 9th compiled of Somahayam. It is a collection of hymn and prayer dedicated to various deities and natural forces such as Agni, Indra, Mitra, and Varun, presented by different family of poet and sagas. Family book. Tradition of Vedic chanting was included in Intangible Heritage of UNESCO. Although composed in Sanskrit, it contained numerous Munda and Dravidian work, like integrated through language of Harappa. Sam Veda, earliest book of music. Sam means melody, ragis. The poet. These are the poetic texts derived from Rig Veda. It contains famous Drupa Rag, later song by Tansen. Yajur Veda contains sacrificial and ritual composed in prose and poetry. It is further divided into Sukala Yajur Ved, White Yajur Ved, Vajanisya containing only mantra. It contains Madhya Dina and Kanvarasa. Krishna Yajur Ved, Black Yajurved contain both mantra and prose explained commentary. Atharveda containing magic charms, ornaments, agriculture, industry. Atharveda containing magic charms, omen, agriculture, industry, craft, cattle rearing, cure for disease. Veda, Upveda, Brahman, Upanishad, Aryanka, Mantra, Priest. Veda, Rig Veda, Samveda, Yajurveda, Atharveda. Upveda, Ayurveda, Ayurveda, medicine. Gandharveda, music. Dhanu Veda, warfare. Atharveda, Satya Veda, Silpa, architecture. Sathapatya Veda, Silp Veda, architecture. Brahmana, Atriya, Kusile Taki, Sankanya. Panchivims, Tandya Jaminsa, Taitriya Sahab, Goptha, Upanishad, Atriya Kosambi, Kenchangodya, Taitriya Kathalas, Briha Mandyo Mundaka, Prasan, Aryankas, Atriya Kausishti, Jaminia Chandogya, Taitriya, Mantra, Utrihotra, Brahmans. They describe the rule for performance of sacrifice ceremony and explain the hymen of Veda in orthodox manner. Each Veda has several Brahmans attached to it. The most important and exhaustive Brahman is Satpat Brahman attached to Yajur Veda. Satpat Brahman attached to The most important and exhaustive Brahmans is Satpat Brahman attached to Yajurveda. यजुर्वेदा क्या था? It contains sacrifice and ritual composed in prose poetry. देखो ऋग्वेदा तो वही जो होता है कैसे यूनिवर्स ये सब. सामवेदा गाना हो गया. अथर्ववेदा. Aryankas, they are called forest book as they were written mainly by hermits living in forest for their pupils. They deal with mysticism and philosophy and oppose sacrifice. Oppose sacrifice. They were composed during later Vedic period. They emphasizes meditation and philosophical interpreted ritual. Upanishad literally means Upanishad to sit near someone. They were recorded of philosophical dialogues and discourse between teacher and student. There are 108 Upanishads, of which 13 are the most prominent. Mandokyo Upanishad, the largest of all Upanishads, mentioned Satyam Mev Jayate, Mundaka Upanishad. Chandola Upanishad refer to the first three ashram. Dara Sukh, Mughal prince, translated Upanishad into Persian in 1657, much before colonial scholars developed any interest in ancient Indian literature. दारा सुखा ये कोई मुग़ल प्रिंस था. उपनिषद को ट्रांसलेट करा दिया किस में? पर्शियन में. जबला उपनिषद मेंशन फोरफोल्ड आश्रम स्टेज फॉर पुरुषथ्रास गोल. इट वाज नॉट अवेलेबल टू वुमेन और शूद्रास. ब्रह्मचार्य calibrated student for knowledge dharma. Grihastra household for wealth and progeny. Vana pratha hermit in retreat for spiritual wisdom. Sannyasa renunciation for liberation, mukti and moksha. Vedanta, the term these are the philosophy and spiritual. These are the philosophical and spiritual tradition that evolved from Upanishad. Concluding part of Veda, which signifies final object of Veda. It criticizes sacrifice, ritual and representing concluding phase of Veda era. Vedanga. They translate to limbs of Vedas, serving supplement text to aid proper recitation, comprehension of Veda. They are not classified as a Shruti since they are considered to be human origin, not revealed by God, and are in form of sutra and condensed statement conveying various ideas. There are 6 numbers: Siksha, pronunciation of word, education; Niryukta, origin of word; Chanda, metric use of Sanskrit words; Jyotish, astrology; Vyakaran, Sanskrit grammar; Kalpa, knowledge of ritual. The term used in Vedic period. Term Govi Karthana, meaning forest chief. Govi Karthana, forest chief. Terms Gavyuti, measuring distance. Duhatri, Duhitri, daughter, one who milk cow. Daughter, one who milk cow. Duhitri. Godhuli, measure of time. Taksan, carpenter. Gana, troops. Vardhaka, business people. Gauri, buffalo. Gaon, place where cattle are kept. Jiva, Griva, and Ugra, police officer. Jiva, Griva, and Ugra. Vap, to sow. Gojit, winner of the cow. Gaujit. Sirni, sickle. Sambhavati, woman who attend the assembly. Sambhavati. Sapsa, spy. Sapsa. Dhyanya, Cyril. Aks, Aksapa, accountant. Panis, trader or the caravan trader. Suta, charioteer. Banga, Baga Dunga, tax collector. Baga Dunga, Doga. Madhyamasi, mediator in dispute. Soma, intoxicating drink. Sathapati, chief judge. Sathapati. Niska, gold or silver ornament. Grihat, butter. Griha, Grihita. Gavishti, search या war for cow. Shata, keeper of king household. Niyoga, special type of window remarriage. Niyoga. Ghona, guest या one who fed cattle. Palagala, messenger.